What's good? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow one time with some breaking news. We do more than boxing, do more than sports, do a lot of things. So check out our growing playlist every day. Kind of categorize what we do here. All right, some breaking news coming in. I seen the news line on ESPN. Conor McGregor returned to UFC October 6th, UFC 229 versus Khabib. I'm not even gonna butcher his last name. McGregor returning. You know, he got in trouble for that little malice he did at one of the UFC promo days, messed up the whole event. He got 5 days community service. So, you know, he back. He trained. He always been training. I've been seeing him on social media looking in good shape. He hasn't been in combat since he fought Mayweather, made all that money. But he's making his return to the UFC. I know he was trying to get some type of promotional control from Dana White. And trying to kind of be more partners with UFC to make up some of that money, because you definitely don't want to go from making what he almost made $100 million, maybe made $100 million with Floyd, to back to making what, 5, 6, 7 million, whatever he was making. So hopefully they got that figured out. Most people thought that he was ducking Khabib. I'm understanding that's a kind of Khabib is McGregor's weakness, in which Khabib is a wrestler, grappler type guy on the ground. McGregor is a striker, and you know, Khabib is a tough guy. I remember leading up to one of his fights, I think his fight's supposed to have that they canceled when McGregor did that, you know, that thing with the tour bus. That was just heinous. But it is what it is. I heard he had got knocked out in sparring. I just heard that was a rumor. And McGregor is a good striker in the UFC. You take the boxing gloves off of him, and you can just strike with his bare knuckles, basically, in those small, 2-ounce UFC gloves. That's going to be interesting for what I understand. You know, I know Khabib is a grappler. Him and Tony Ferguson, I think that was the fight he was supposed to be fighting Tony Ferguson. Ferguson got injured and that fight fell apart. So now McGregor is going to step back in and handle his business, I guess. And will it be any, ring rust? I don't know. McGregor keeps himself in good shape. But also it's no simulation just in all combat sports for actual live combat. So it's an interesting thing, man. And what's important for all my people that watch boxing, October 6th, it's Eddie Hearn's The Zone in Chicago date that may have Demetrius Andrade taking on Billy Joe Saunders for Billy Joe Saunders' vacant WBO title in Chicago. But this fight is going to be in Las Vegas, and McGregor is the headliner in Las Vegas. Last time he was in Vegas, he got whooped on by Mayweather with boxing gloves on. You know, I thought he might hang around in boxing and try to fight Paulo Malignaggi, especially bring Malignaggi up by 154 junior middleweight, because Malignaggi is really like a 140-pounder. A true 135 in his prime. So I thought he was going to try to make some money off Paulie, but he didn't exploit Paulie and fight Paulie, whatever. He going back to UFC where he can use his hands, his legs, his elbows. And Khabib, man, is a rough grappler, you know, on the ground. If you get McGregor on the ground, he could be in trouble, from what I understand, for Conor McGregor. So it's a good look for UFC. Their numbers been kind of tanking a little bit. As of all, a lot of combat sports pay-per-view numbers been taken due to streaming, you know, these illegal streams and all this other stuff. So this is definitely what UFC needed, a breath of fresh air. It's a matchup they've been talked about almost a calendar year now. And McGregor coming back to show that he's still that guy. You know what I'm saying? And trying to put himself in a pantheon of greats. He see what DC is doing, moving up in weight, taking on challenges, knocking walls down, breaking barriers down. And Conor McGregor, I'm pretty sure he wants to one-up him with John Jones out of the equation and dominate. He wants to dominate Khabib, and Khabib wants to dominate him to make a name. It's a good style. It's a main event. It's a pay-per-view worthy main event. I know UFC is going to do a good job with the card, and they usually give the fans the fights they want, and that's the difference between the boxing and UFC. UFC gives you a lot of the premier fights on one card, and at least the main event is very, very, very premier. In boxing, you don't always get that, man. You got to dance around guys for years and years to get get the best to fight the best. Well, I definitely don't want to check this out, possibly. You know, Vegas is going to be hot in the fall because you got Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury supposed to be fighting in Vegas, possibly Mikey and Errol Spence fighting in Vegas. And then you got this fight fighting in Vegas. And October 6th is probably going to be a wonderful football weekend. Sports weekend with football, college, NFL that weekend. I'm not sure what the college matchups are like that weekend. And then you got boxing. So October 6th is going to be a day to circle. You know, make sure you got the day off. You didn't do all your yard work already. And chill. But make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those links are in the description as well. Also, check out our new Raw and Cut podcast. It's more than combat sports. It's more than boxing, UFC. We do Donald Trump. We do NFL National Anthem. We just recorded 2 new podcast or drop one, I'm going to drop the second one. You just click the podcast link, sign up with your Google or Facebook account, use the app or the web address. You good. Subscribe and comment. Let us know what you think. Also, continue to share and subscribe and hit the bell icon and all that good stuff as well. If you're in college football, we got a college football page. The link's in the description. S1210 College Sports Most Wanted. Shout out to everybody, man, that's supporting the page. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And always check out the description. Always got something different going on outside of this YouTube thing. One time for the one time. We gone.